Hi, this is a French fitted gift box. It's a prototype and now I'm ready to make the actual gift boxes. I'm using some leftover walnut, vertical grain Douglas fir, and maple. I'm probably going to get between 6 and 9 of these boxes out of this. I've already resawn the wood and now I'm going to plane it to final thickness and then cross cut to final length and then start in the dovetails. I've finished milling all the material. I got enough for 11 boxes, which is great. Everything's cut to final dimensions. So now I just have to move into the joinery. In my prototype, I hand cut these dovetails. Now these sides are 3/16 inch thick, and that makes for delicate dovetails, and it's rather time consuming to do it by hand. Now I have 11 boxes to make, so it's time to pull out the dovetail jig. I normally use hide glue from the bottle for boxes like this because once you seal it up, you're going to get glue squeeze out inside, and it's going to be it's pretty easy to clean up with the hide glue. You can just wet it with water and remove it all. But I want yellow glue for the added strength because of the way the dovetails were formed in the corners. But these bottoms and the top will be covered with cork, and there will be inserts on the sides. So any glue squeeze out is going to be hidden. So I don't have to worry about what kind of glue I use. These top and bottoms are oversized. I'll be trimming them. I'm going to be using my flush trim bit to bring the top and bottom flush with the sides. But first, I use my chisel to cut away the corners to prevent any blowout from occurring. And I just do that on all four corners, and I'm ready to route. I'm sanding all 6 sides through 220 grit. As soon as I finish this, I will go to the bandsaw to cut off the top. I like to use my number 3 smoothing plane for working on small boxes like this. This allows me to clean up the bandsaw edges and have a perfectly flat lid. And I'll do the same thing on the body of the box too. And this works for large boxes too. I'll use different planes going up to a jointer plane depending on the size of the box. I'm going to round over the top just to help differentiate the top from the bottom, and I'll use a plane follow up with some sandpaper. I count my strokes, in this case 15 strokes per edge. I'm going to be finishing the boxes before I do the interior French fitting, and I'm going to be using this wipe-on poly. It's water-based. Now it's going to work great for the maple boxes and for the fir boxes, but for the walnut, this really won't bring out the color. So first I'm going to apply 1 coat of shellac. This is I think maybe about a 1 pound cut, pretty thin. Let that dry, and then I'll be able to apply the water-based. So it should go on shellac's pretty quick. I've completed applying 3 coats of a satin finish to all the boxes. I'm really happy with how they came out. I'll be rubbing out the surface with wax at the end after I've French fitted the insides, which is what I'll be working on next. I'm going to be creating inserts with mitered corners, which will be glued to the sides, and inside that will be placed 1-inch thick foam. Therefore the inserts need to be 1-inch thick wide. I'm going to use 1/8 inch thick tempered hardboard, and again I'll be mitering the corners. So time to rip a bunch of 1-inch thick pieces of the stock. Using my shooting board and a block with some 100 grit sandpaper, just to remove some of the saw marks from the edges of the hardboard. Before I fit the inserts, I forgot to mention that I'm placing cork on the bottom and on the lid. Just adds a nice little touch and a little bit more protection for whatever's going to be in the box. In this case, I'm using a self-adhesive cork. It's something like about probably 1/16 of an inch thick. The edges will be hidden by the inserts, so I don't have to be extremely accurate when I'm cutting this. The key to cutting cork is to use a sharp X-Acto knife or sharp knife, period. Otherwise it'll tend to tear. For these tiny pieces that go in the lid, I find that this gel super glue works best. It's not messy, and any squeeze out is easy to just scrape away. Well, getting to the French fitting part of these boxes, which are going to be holding these knives. I'm going to place foam inside the box, and I'm using this rather firm foam. It's 1 inch thick, and I'm going to cut this on the bandsaw. Bandsaw is a beautiful tool for cutting foam. I've cut squishy foam, I've cut firm foam. It does not tear the foam. You can go as slow as you want. Doesn't burn the foam, melt the foam. It's just the perfect tool. Before I fit the foam inside the box, I'm going to wax the inserts and the outside of the box. So the foam will be the last part to do. I'm using a dark brown wax for these walnut boxes, and just basically a no color wax on the maple and fir boxes. So waxing the inserts, the liners, will really make the lids come on and off easier. To wax the body, I'm using this superfine synthetic steel wool. I'll really rub the wax in. That'll help get rid of some of the remaining nibs from the finish. The box is complete, the finish, so the last step is to fabricate the insert. I have my foam block cut at the bandsaw. It fits snugly. Take my knife, now just gently press it in so it won't move, and I'm just going to trace with a pen, and I'm going to angle in a bit. I want this to be a pressure fit. That's enough of an outline to work with. I'll just take it out, and here's the knife I'm going to use. It's one of these breakaway knives, and what's great about this is that it's nice and long. So I can set it to penetrate the entire depth of the foam. There. Looks beautiful. Nice pressure fit. It's not going to go anywhere, but since it's foam, it compresses, so you can just reach down, pull it out easily enough. And the foam underneath provides a little bit of protection. You could have another layer of foam down there if you had something really delicate. So that's my version of a French fitted presentation box. I think it came out beautiful. And I have 6 of these. Thanks for stopping by.